Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 28th Lebanon Board of Works meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mayor Gentry.
Here.
Becky McClure.
Present.
Bill Stoner.
Present.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
Alan Milburn.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, move on the approval of minutes. We had minutes? We do. So we have minutes from February 24th, March 10th, March 24th, and April 14th. So this would bring us up to date. Any questions or changes to those minutes? There's a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Judge. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Those minutes are approved. All right, on to department head reports. First up will be Police Department, Chief Morgan.
Good evening, board members. Since our last meeting, the Lebanon Police Department has responded to 755 calls for service, and a total of 21 people were arrested for the following crimes: 7 for operating while intoxicated, 4 were wanted on a warrant, 3 for driving while suspended, 1 for dealing meth, 2 for possession of narcotics, 1 for reckless driving, 1 for public intoxication, 1 for theft, 1 for criminal trespassing. In that same time frame, LPD took 19 crash reports and sent 3 gun permit applications onto the state for final approval. For training, April 17th, Officer Jameson Wright completed the CPR instructor course and got certified to where he can now teach our new officers CPR. April 22nd to the 24th, Officer Brianna Deckard completed the breath test operators course at ILEA. She is now certified to administer breath tests for intoxication. Sergeant James Kuntz assisted in a 2-day A-Ride course on April 21st and 22nd. This marks the first step in his path to becoming a DRE instructor. He was selected for this opportunity based on his qualifications and professionalism. With approximately 20 DRE instructors in Indiana, this is a pretty significant achievement. That's all I have.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions for Chief from the board? For the public? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No fire department report. We've got a busy situation, I guess, right now. So Chief Batzel has submitted in writing, but that won't actually be presented tonight. So next up will be Parks Department. John Messenger.
Good evening. Our maintenance department cleaned up a lot of storm damage over the past couple of weeks and also installed new LED lighting in the bathhouses, taken down about 5 trees and planted 10 memorial trees last week. And working on the Sycamore shelter at the hot pond, putting a new roof on there. We're getting real close, but look at the weather. Here we go. Can't do anything when it's windy with all that metal. Everything's edged, trimmed, mulched. We're good to go. Just waiting till Mother's Day to put those flowers in the beds. We participated in bucket truck and chipper safety training this past week. Our crew gained some great knowledge. And I want to thank the Lebanon Utilities for providing the class. They take care of us, and we sure do appreciate it. Learn a few nice things, safety tips. We're going to start adding the water in the pool and the splash pad starting May 5th. After the state and the county water quality tests are approved, we'll open the splash pad. I mean, it's going to be 80 degrees hopefully by then, and we'll open it up. The pool will open obviously at Memorial Day. Make sure to follow us on social media and check us out on our website. A couple of great notes, and Kevin can elaborate, but the asphalt went down on the pickleball courts at Memorial Park today. A lot of excitement. I think there were 3 pickleballers in asking, hey, it's about ready, right? And it's like, they've been doing that on a weekly basis, but they're going to be real pleased with the outcome. It's really looking good. There again, out at Reese Park also, they're finally seeding that area. I saw John George out there today, talked to him, and where they had those big mounds, that's finally got taken down and they're seeding it. So hopefully in a month or so, we'll have some seed going on out there. Due to the bad weather, we had to reschedule our Easter egg hunt and to this past Saturday, and still had a great turnout. As far as that, it was a bit chilly, but the sun was shining. Winners of the hunts each won a new bicycle, and everyone was able to get their picture taken with the Easter Bunny. We would like to give a special thank you to Jack Carroll with Purity Wholesale Foods for donating candy and making a monetary donation. Andrew Johnson with Central Credit Union for donating 700 filled eggs. And of course, as always, Patty Bogan and her class at Lebanon High School for stuffing all the eggs. First, they sanitize them and then they stuff them. So we really appreciate all their help and look forward to next year. Mayor, I want to thank you for coming out and helping. He was filling all the kids' buckets up with chocolates, and there again, he got the countdown going, got the kids fired up. It's a lot of fun. And I was surprised at the turnout. We had a really nice turnout. Yep. You never know when you postpone things, but I think it was a good call. This past weekend, we also hosted our April lifeguard certification class. That'll be the last one for this year. Everyone did a great job, and we look forward to working with our pool staff along with these new ones that came along. Opening day for Seashore Water Park again is May 24th, early this year. But yeah, Thomas Ingalls did the certification, does a great job. The Lebanon kindergarten class will be hosting their Touch a Truck event in Memorial Park this Friday, May 2nd. It's always fun event for the kiddos. So love those guys coming out, kindergarten class. The Boone County Community Orchestra will be playing this Sunday on the bandstand, weather permitting, at Memorial Park. And I think that starts around 6 o'clock. But please come out and enjoy. They do a nice job. And Sage Yoga will be hosting outdoor yoga classes on Saturday starting May 3rd, and they will go on through July, and those will be held at Memorial Park also. Any questions?
Thank you, John. Any questions from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next will be Engineering Department, Kevin Krulik.
Much. Engineering project updates for this week. A little bit going on. A couple of quick updates. The Chadwick Ditch improvements, that was approved. The contract for design was approved on the 14th. Contracts were sent out to Banning on the 17th, and they have been executed. We'll be kicking off that project shortly. Grant Street Phase 1, we are basically down to filing our notice of termination, which will complete that project, and I can take that one off the list. But Grant Street Phase 2 is hot on its tail there. Happy to report that Crossroad Engineers completed their constructability review of the final tracings and have sent those comments, nothing major, but comments back to the engineers so we can get in front of those things, the engineers, BF&S on that project. Elizaville Road, just wrapping up a few things there. We did some additional seeding about 2 weeks ago, overseeding on stuff that was seeded in the fall. We'll continue to monitor that, make sure we get good seed established, good grass established. I've also got some tree replacements. Springtime, it's time to plant trees that will be going in the ground here shortly. Those have all been ordered. And driveway work was expected to start towards the end of this week, but with the rain, we were playing that by ear. So definitely something we don't want to do in the mud. But it should take place within the month of May. Fordyce Street, let's see, a lot going on Fordyce Street. On Phase 1, east of Grant Street, light poles are up. Sod is down in a lot of areas, so that's beginning to take its final form. Excited to see that. On the Phase 2, west of Grant Street, water main relocation work or water meter relocation work started today. Working through that, I want to thank LU, Lebanon Utilities, for working with us on splitting the cost. It's not something that was in the original project, but they felt it was important to get those water meter pits upgraded to current standards, and so we're helping them to make sure that happens. Witt Road, happy to report our environmental study is now complete and approved, and we'll be moving on to right-of-way appraising and hopefully buying towards the late summer as we go into fall. On Noble Street, not much has happened there. I think the last status report, which was at the end of which was about 2 weeks ago, said that we were 2% complete with design. So we're a long way from the finish line there, but things are moving forward. I have also reached out, as you know, we're doing the corridor study on 39. Reached out to NDOT and our design team to talk about possibly expanding our project to include the intersection reconstruction at 39 and Noble. So stay tuned there as we continue on that project. Midland Trace Trail planning, we have a revised scope that we are reviewing. Hopefully that'll be back before you in the coming weeks so that we can get that under contract and begin to put that plan in place. Let's see. Let's talk about the 180 makeover program projects. A couple of quick updates. Oaks on Main, pressure testing and charging of the HVAC system should be complete this week, and that should wrap up the project. Lido and Collier's contracts were sent out on the 25th. And so as soon as we have those executed, those things will be moving forward. But the developer on those projects has already started demolition, has been demolishing stuff for the last couple of weeks. Some very interesting finds in those buildings that are extremely old. But, well, maybe a discussion for a different time. The State Road 39 corridor. This is a new project that is now on the list. We're working to evaluate the financial and traffic impacts that may be associated with a possible relinquishment of State Road 39 through town. This is a study that is now under contract, funded through road impact fees. And that contract was approved, as you know, at your last meeting and has now been executed, and we'll be kicking that project off shortly. Stone Eater Park, we have an additional appropriation that will be before council later this evening. And that's just to handle a donation that was made to the park by the folks at Discover Boone County, formerly the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And all that money will go to the Parks Department for maintenance of the park. And speaking of that, we're also meeting with the Hoosier Mountain Bike Association, one of their trail bosses, on Wednesday to help us look at some possible recommendations for how we make the skills trails drain a little better and make maintenance a little easier for the Parks Department. Pickleball courts, happy to call to your attention that pavement went down in Memorial Park today. Surface will go down tomorrow. We got to wait about 2 weeks for that to cure before we're talking about surfacing. And they have started work on the Abner Longley Park pickleball courts as well. So we did a proof roll at Abner Longley pickleball courts. Things went really well. So we don't see the structural issues at Abner Longley Park like we saw at Memorial Park. But we are taking a little bit of a different approach there. It's going to save us some money on how we reconstruct those. Will not be a full depth reconstruction. Will be what they call a slip sheet method to build up from the existing tennis courts as opposed to going down and starting over. Let's see, the fishing pier. If you've been out to the fishing pier, railings have been going in the last 2 weeks. We're nearing completion, just waiting on some additional material that should be in shortly so they can finish welding up the rest of that railing. The Big Four trailhead at Sam Ralston, after some coordination with Lebanon Utilities and the LEAP District Sanitary Sewer Collections Project, we may be delaying this project. We're working on coordinating that between all parties involved. Lebanon Utilities has already previously agreed to bore underneath that project, but in talking with the contractor, they said that that's not the problem. The problem is all the material they're going to have to bring in and drive across that parking lot. And they basically said they could not guarantee its protection. So rather than tear something up right after we build it, we may be looking at delaying that. But no final decisions have been made there, but we're studying that. Abner Longley Park trails, phase 1 trail has been excavated. Asphalt will hopefully be this week, but we're looking at the weather there. And then the phase 2 trails, the contract approval was on the 14th. Contract was sent to Veritas for execution on the 17th. We haven't received that back, but have reached out to them to see what the status is and when we can start a project kickoff. Let's see. New fire station, the BOT agreement has been finalized for bank financing, and design is ongoing and really nearing completion, or at least nearing a completion so that we can get a guaranteed maximum price from the development team. Fire Station 12, the generator replacement, that additional appropriation has also been approved at the last meeting, and that is moving forward. Jumping to DPW projects, lots of work ongoing with the resurfacing program for this year. Milling started late last week. Resurfacing actually started today. I know they were out on Witt Road. Or, I'm sorry, not Witt Road, John Bart Road, doing some resurfacing today. So lots more going on there. Jump up north to the Leap District projects, or north and west, I should say. Witt Road South is nearing completion. If you were to drive up there, it's nice and golden brown. All the seed has been down and straw mulch has been distributed over that seed. County Road 375 and County Road 450, all the punch list items are now complete. CSX is on site working slowly, but they are on site working on those crossing arms. I don't have a deadline or a completion date schedule from them at this time, but happy to see that they are present. And then the interchange project, you may have noticed if you drive north on 65, there's now work happening in the center median. You'll see some lane shifts as you go through there, but there are still 3 full width lanes. So there's no I guess, constrictions on traffic patterns through there. You'll still be able to drive through there on 3 lanes in both directions. And that will remain that way with lane shifts as they go through different phasing for the entirety of the project. That's all I have.
That's all. You
That's
feel like
it.
construction season. Questions for Kevin from the board? Dick?
Stone Age Bike Park.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that we talked about last year. I mean, you got some events planned for this year, don't you?
What we have planned so far is the only event that's official is, it's like the weekend of October 13th or something like that would be the state finals race for NICA.
Well, did we ever meet with the Parks Board and try to come up with some sort of I'll say for not probably the better word, a rental fee or event fee or something for use of the bike park trail? I know we talked about that at one time.
Yeah, we have talked about that. It's probably best that we revisit that. I think I'll be in front of the park board next Wednesday, and I can bring that up on our agenda and see if we can't get something established there.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
Yep.
Okay.
Any other questions for Kevin from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next is Planning Department, Ben Bontrager.
Good evening, board members. Since the last board meeting a couple of weeks ago, the planning department completed 138 building inspections. So we're still averaging about 13 to 15 inspections a day. 55 permits were issued, including 1 new single family home. So again, we have seen that start dropping off a little bit as some of the inventory of lots is starting to constrict a little bit, but we'll definitely see that start ramping back up again as we get towards the end of this year and into next year. Still seeing good commercial industrial construction activity moving forward, and we'll continue to track that. On other projects, the Elevate Lebanon program is going to be kicking off here in a couple of weekends, I guess, which is our partnership with Habitat to help do repair work on local homeowners' homes, particularly those that have a pretty significant either financial or physical need for assistance. And so we've got a couple of projects lined up already with Habitat for a couple of qualifying families. And so that they'll actually have their first work day next Saturday, I think it is. And we might have a few city folks that are helping out on that day, but there's going to be some demo work and then some cleanup and stuff like that starts taking place. So we're really happy to have a couple of projects already lined up for that. And certainly if there are any homeowners in the community that have some external repair needs of their home and would qualify financially through Habitat, then there is some assistance there, both from a financial perspective and also from a manual labor perspective. So definitely reach out to Habitat if you have any questions about that Elevate Lebanon program. On the code enforcement side, still seeing strong activity there, over 100 total investigative activities over the last couple of weeks. and 42 new cases, and we're starting to see grass and weeds starting to crop up, if you will, in the new case activity. So definitely going to see that become the most prevalent case over the next few weeks and few months here. But again, still strong activity, and we're able to get most of those taken care of. I think about 90 or 95% of we get voluntary corrective action after sending some initial communication. So good stuff happening there as well. And that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you, Ben. Any questions? Go ahead, Dick.
And how does a person apply for that Elevate Home?
If you go to the Boone County Habitat website, and look for information on their repair program and the Elevate Lebanon program, you'll be able to find it there.
That's the way a person does that.
It goes through Habitat. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a partnership we have, and the Habitat kind of does the financial screening and all that stuff for us.
Didn't know how they got to.
Yeah. There's a page, and actually you can find a link to it off the city's website too. If you look for the Elevate Lebanon or repair program through Habitat of Boone County, you can find the information there.
I hear anybody, I'll let them know where to go.
Any other questions for Ben from the board? From the public? Okay. Thank you, sir. All right, next will be Public Works Department. Jason Lawson.
Good evening. Since our last meeting, the street department used 22 tons of asphalt repairing potholes. They replaced 6 tiger signs. They mowed city easement and right of way, and DPW staff began the summer curb painting. The stormwater update, they responded to 452 locates. They demoed the structures at Royal and Kersey Street and also Barone and Kersey Street. They televised the culvert pipe at Indianapolis Road and County Road 200 South for inspection. And staff did preventative maintenance drain cleaning after the rain storms. I wanted to bring up the downtown drain cleaning. It looks like it'll be May 5th through the 9th, and we'll put all the notices and things out of that nature. Minor restriction, not closure. Also, the stop bars will be done downtown. We will be repainting those as well, May 5th through the 9th, weather permitting. On the inspection side, we did 2 SWIP inspections, 8 right-of-way inspections, and fielded 3 complaints. That's all I have.
Thank you, Jason. Any questions for Jason from the board? Okay, public. Thank you, sir. I did see Chief Bat sneak in. Do you want to give your report? That's okay.
Good evening, everyone. Since the last Board of Public Works and Safety meeting, Lebanon Fire has responded to 115 emergency calls of service, logged 288 training hours, participated in 1 public education event, hosted 1 CPR certification class, and completed 86 commercial inspections. April 15th, Captain Sam Doherty and Engine 212 attended the Hoosier Burn Camp event at Dell's Tree Farm. They were there all day. It's just a wonderful event. Captain Doherty has been a part of the Hoosier Burn Camp process for many years as a counselor, and he continues to push for that, and we're very pleased. Tyler Rigdon completed Honor Guard School, sponsored by the Professional Firefighters Union of Indiana, and this was hosted by the Indianapolis Fire Department. Firefighter Rigdon is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, and he's the newest member of our Honor Guard. A terrific young man, just doing a wonderful job for us, and wanted to step up and be a part of the Honor Guard, and this is an excellent opportunity for him. Being a Marine, this will be an easy transition to Honor Guard. Hiring process update. The second board interviews are complete this week, weather permitting. Wednesday and Thursday evening, we're going to do the ladder climb portion. We've got our list down to top 20 candidates, starting at over 200 applicants. So this is a very, very strong list. And if need be, I don't anticipate it, but we could even go 30 deep on this list. So very proud of that, and just a wonderful candidate pool, wide demographic. That's all I have for this evening.
Hey, Chief, any questions for Chief? Dick?
How does that Honor Guard program work?
As far as what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Explain.
So I'll tell you a little bit about it. I am the founding member of the Lebanon Fire Honor Guard. I started this many, many years ago when I was a company officer, something that I was very passionate about. I wrote our bylaws, if you will, our SOG for that initially. And we started the program, and we assist with funerals or something as simple as a basketball game. We provide our garrison flags. We have several. We have a large ladder flag, 40 by 60, and then a half garrison that we can string up on a ladder truck. We're assisting with the Lebanon Police Department, or excuse me, the Boone County Memorial Police Officers Day coming up here in May, and we'll be draping a flag down the courthouse. And this is something I'm very passionate about, and I've passed the torch to Deputy Chief Matt Young. He is now the Honor Guard Commander. And we have a process that we go through, a vetting process. So when we have an opening, candidates have to submit an intent letter and why you want to be a part of this, because it's a big commitment. And then, this is just the next component going to the school.
I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I just didn't know all the things that you did. So.
And we've been very blessed the last several years to lead the 4th of July parade. And it's just a good opportunity for our department and the community.
Thank you, Chief. Any other questions from the board? From the public? Okay, thank you, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Just when is do you guys do CPR training?
Yes, ma'am. We do CPR training for anyone. I can give you a card and a phone number before this evening's over. Captain Sam Doherty is our CPR director, and we host classes at Station 11 in our training room. And yep, we can get you set up.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Sorry, I don't normally get hands on that, so I missed you there. Sorry. Any other questions for the public? Okay. All right, Joe unfortunately has his final commitment, I think, for his athletics tonight, but he'll be back next meeting, so no report from Communications and Community Development. So that concludes department head reports. Move on to old business. Nothing on my agenda, anything from the board? Okay, new business then. First item up is a street closure request for the Lebanon Public Library. Jesse Fleming.
Hello, I'm the head of the children's department for the Lebanon Public Library, and I'm planning our Kenworthy summer reading kickoff party that we have every year. This year is on June 2nd, and we have lots of fun things planned. We're bringing back a petting zoo. We've got live music, free snow cones for the kids, just lots of fun activities planned. So I'm requesting a street closure for Washington Street in front of the library from East Street to Meridian.
And what were
It would be from noon to 5.
Okay. Any questions or concerns with that, Alan?
That's when the activity will take place.
The activity takes place from 1 to 4, so closing an hour before and after helps for setup and tear down.
Perfect. It's like you've done this before.
Just a couple times.
Any questions or concerns for Mrs. Fleming? Okay. With that, we'll entertain a motion then to approve the Lebanon Public Library Summer Kickoff Program event as presented.
To approve the street closure for the Lebanon Library event.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jesse. All right, next up will be a change order concerning Fordyce Road. Kevin.
Thank you very much. We connected here so you can see what we're talking about. Change order for Fordyce Road. I mentioned this in my report. As we got into construction, Lebanon Utilities voiced some concerns over the state of water meter pits. So originally these were planned to be left in place. We said that we would be happy to help make this change, make sure the infrastructure as we leave a street is as good as we can. And so what we have here, this is a unit price proposal, a proposal that shows costs for what a single water meter pit will cost and what a dual water meter pit will cost. Lebanon Utilities analysis is kind of there in red. In the corridor, this is the phase 2 corridor. There are 21 single meter pits and 4 double meter pits. So if you total all that together, that's $162,014.28. And Lebanon Utilities has said they would pick up half. This is something, why are we picking up half and not making them do the whole thing? If they would have coordinated this 3 years ago, we were designing the project, it would have all been built into the project and really would have been lost in the wash on an $8 million project. But given this situation, what we did is we've asked Lebanon Utilities to help us with this cost. We just cannot bear this full thing. So we're splitting the cost 50-50. $81,000 to Lebanon Utilities, $81,000 to the city of Lebanon. This is well within our contingency budget that we still have remaining on the project. And so we would ask that you approve this change order.
This work has been completed.
This work started today, but has not been completed.
What was behind the surprise, if you will, of having to do this?
I don't know if there was a surprise. It was as this project went through utility coordinations, it literally goes back 2-3 years. It just was not brought up by Lebanon Utilities. We have these conversations with all utility companies on what we're doing this project, what within the corridor do you have, what do you need time to replace, what do we need to include as part of replacement, what is reimbursable, what is not. This didn't come up. There were a lot of Lebanon Utilities related relocations, but this wasn't on that list that they provided us with. So when they got out there, I think it was their operational staff that said, we've got some problems out there with some old water meter pits and old water meters that would really be beneficial if we replace these, so that we're not having to tear up new infrastructure, next year because a water meter pit fails.
So, I mean, these would have cost more regardless. It's just
Yes.
a matter of it wasn't known earlier, so it's a change order now to get it to the proper standards. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Seems like to me that we ought to be planning these projects to change stuff like that, right? If we're going to tear it that much out,
I agree.
we ought to just change it.
We had those coordination meetings, those coordination files that were traded back and forth. It got missed. I don't have any other excuse for you. They didn't say, "Oh, we need to do this" while we're in there. It didn't come up when we asked them. I didn't specifically say, "Are you sure you don't want to replace water meter pits?" Because they've done a lot of upgrading on that corridor over the last 2 years and getting ready for this construction. Sure. So I think it was just assumed that everything was in good shape, and it really wasn't as we started to look at it in more detail. So,
thank you.
Yeah. Again, not an ideal situation, but I think we're making the best of it and can accommodate this in the project. And it also will be relocating these meter pits outside of the new path so that you're not driving over or walking over the meter pits.
Yeah.
Any additional questions on that change order? Okay. With that, so it doesn't have a number on it, so I'm just gonna call it the April 17th
What
change
I would
order.
say, or you could say, with all that being said, the change order would be not to exceed $162,014.28. And maybe the motion should include that half of that cost is to be bore by Lebanon Utilities.
That make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we're doing a motion then to approve the April 17th change order from Milestone as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the Milestone change order.
We have motions. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Alan. All fair side.
Aye.
Those opposed? That is approved. Thank you, board. All right. Next up is a change order concerning the 2025 street resurfacing program.
I actually have two change orders here on that project. So change order number 1, we can see this up here. Let me zoom in kind of here on the scope. We're resurfacing Ann Street, and there's a little section off of Ann Street called Pepper Drive. Most people don't know it. It goes back to, I think it's like a duplex neighborhood. And, but the first 150 foot of Pepper Drive is public, and then it becomes private. While we're there, it made sense that we would go ahead and replace that section of street, resurfacing that street. Because as you know, all the streets around it, Williams, Ann, Grant, Fordyce, will all be resurfaced and new. And so we thought we should do this. Again, it's a very small section of street. This change order number 1 is for $5,427.12. No additional appropriations are needed because we had roughly $120,000 in contingency money built into the project.
Is that the street that's just right off Ann Street that goes?
It's perpendicular off of Ann, just south of Fordyce. Like there's a lot on the corner, one lot south. There's a little looks like a driveway that goes back to this neighborhood.
Yeah.
The rest of the neighborhood is
On the west
private
side?
street. Yeah,
Yeah.
but the entrance right there is a public right of way.
Yeah, okay.
Any questions on that from the board? Okay, we entertain a motion then to approve change order number 1 for the 2025 street resurfacing program.
I'll make a motion that we approve change order number 1 as presented.
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Bill. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that's approved. Number 2.
Change order number 2 is also a change order for the resurfacing program. In looking at the alley that runs north and south between Ann and Grant, there's a lot more deep patching required there than what we had originally anticipated. We always anticipate 10% of deep patching in any resurfacing project that we do. But in looking at it, there really was, we would have been deep patching a lot more than 10%. And at that point, it's just really not worth deep patching. It makes more sense, more cost effective to just reconstruct a 6-inch pavement section with 4 inches of new binder and 2 inches of surface. So that is what this change order is about for reconstructing that alley. Also in this change order is a stump removal at the corner of Lafayette Avenue and Jacques Drive that's also needs to be removed as it impacts an ADA ramp that's also part of the resurfacing project. So again, change order number 2 for DC Construction, $44,144.28.
Questions on that from the board? Okay. Entertain a motion to approve change order number 2 as presented.
I'll make a motion to
Change
approve
order
change
number
order
two.
number 2. Go ahead.
He started first. So
You got it.
motion,
I'll second.
second. There we go. Motion second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, those are approved. All right, your next one is a change order for the pickleball courts.
Real simple here. I am going to table this one. I was
Okay.
waiting for some additional information that I thought I would receive over the weekend or this morning and have not received it in time. So I need some more analysis before we're ready to bring this before you. So we'll table this for the next meeting.
Can I entertain a motion to table item number D?
I make a motion, we table item number D.
Motion, second.
Second.
Second to table. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that is tabled. And that concludes what I have for new business. Is there anything from the board? Okay, move on to claims. Entertain a motion concerning the claims.
Make a motion, we approve the claims.
Motion to approve the claims, or a second? Second from Dick. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, claims are approved. Any announcements or discussion? Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion we adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Judge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, our next meeting will be Monday, May 12th at 5:30 PM. We are adjourned and City Council is up next.